Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the End of Day PulseWave Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave Price Trigger Reports. And it's that time again where we take a look at what is going on in these markets. Well, I have to tell you, who knows, right? Anything goes, anything goes, anything goes. So I'm here to give you a little heads up. We'll make this quick, and then we'll see what's up. All right, so the first chart we're going to look at right now is your gold futures, okay? According to the weekly chart, you've crossed over into the green bullish zone, even though, based on right now, if the markets stay pretty much where they are right now, we are setting up for a crash alert sell signal going into Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is what this is looking like so far. All right, all things being equal, unless something changes, the market appears to be setting up for a crash alert sell signal for next week. Taking a look at the US dollar index, looking at the weekly chart, you can see here, this one is staying inside right now. We don't have a lot going on. It's an inside week, and you came into this week with the crash alert sell signal, and you're not getting any downside production yet. So this one's still in alert status for heading lower next week as well. Taking a look at Ethereum on our weekly, as you can see here, we came into it with rally alerts, and we've been getting upside production. It's the third week in a row. All things being equal, this is setting up for more upside going into next week. Next up is the euro yen. If you take a look here at the weekly, you will see that this one is basically moving sideways. We came into this week with a rally alert buy signal, and we didn't get any upside production. The market's just kind of holding, but it is under a lot of selling pressure, and you are in the red zone. So we'll see if it can hold, or is it going to give us a sell signal going into next week. All right, here's Nat Gas. All right, so you can see here Nat Gas also holding steady here. The bulls still have it under control. We're in the green zone on the weekly chart, and this one looks like it's poised to continue to rise. Go figure, right? All right, here's a look at Theta on the weekly, and you can see here that Theta is kind of flatlining, still under the auspices of rally alert buy signals on the weekly, but so far below the Kumo cloud, below the overhead trend line resistance. So we'll see if it can hold it. Looking at the XRP Ripple, all right. So far, this one's setting up to be a crash alert sell signal going into the next week. We shall see on that one. Next up is Bank of America. Looking at these bank stocks, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so this one, it did rally, starting to give us that upside production. It did come into this week with a rally alert. So this one is poised to rally going into next week. We'll see how it closes tomorrow, but so far it's looking like that's what's going to be. All right, next up is taking a look at your agricultures, looking at ticker DBA. All right, so this one had the crash alert sell signal coming into this week. We didn't get any downside production as of yet, but right now this one is kind of flat on the momentum. All things being equal, it's still under that sell alert, but you never know. If this thing can turn it around, you may have a little momentum going into next week on the bull side. Right now, it's looking like the bears have this one under control. And the notorious Facebook. Let's take a look at the weeklies on this one. And you can see here that so far, this one, all things being equal, this one's trying to set up a rally alert buy signal for next week. So interesting. NASDAQ's been on a roll, man. It's been on a roll. What about bonds? Well, here's your ticker TLT, the long bond ETF. And you can see here bond prices steadily moving forward, more upside production, many weeks in a row. Basically, this is about what, 3 months worth. So it's looking strong, ladies and gentlemen. All right. How about the NASDAQ 100 futures? What is that looking like? Well, it's on a tear, as you can see, hitting new weekly highs. Every week, new highs. Marching to 15,500. Hard to believe. What about Wells Fargo? Sticking with the banking sector. Can we get some information there? Yep. This one so far so good. It's trying to give us more upside production to end the week on a high note. This one looks like it wants to get up to about 50 bucks. So all things being equal, setting up for a continuation rally next week. What about crude oil? What's up with oil? Well, you're on the weekly. You're in the green zone, and so far setting up for a crash alert sell signal going in the next week. We'll see if the market can pull things around and get rid of this signal and make it a bullish one. We'll see. But so far, looking like this one wants to sell off. We'll see. Next up is silver. All right, here's your weekly on the silver. And you can see the bears are holding this one, but the bulls are supporting it at the trend line support. So this one's still under a lot of selling pressure. And it looks like more selling going into next week as you're now in that red zone. Taking a look at soybeans on the weekly, you will see that this is the third week of downside production from the crash alert sell signal. We're right there at the trend line support. Is it threatening to crash through $13? We shall see. Well, right now you're in the red zone and the bears are controlling it, keeping it low, keeping it right down here around the trend line support. What about the Dow? Because we know the NASDAQ's been on the tear, but what about this Dow? Well, here you go. Here's your Dow right here. All right, so far, this one's setting up to be a crash alert sell signal going into next week. We'll see how this market does tomorrow, but so far, that's what it's looking like. What about the Australian dollar on the forex side? Well, we got that upside production, and all things being equal, market's going to try to push through the top of the Kumo cloud and the overhead trend line resistance and get back above board, which you are in the red zone, and it's trying. So we came into this week with the rally alert buy signal. You got this a little bit of upside production, but we'll see if it can get more or the bears are going to come in and beat it down. All right, what about the mighty Bitcoin? All right, this is the Bitcoin futures, by the way. Excuse me. All right, this one came into the week under the auspices of the rally alert buy signal. We got that upside production, got a little bit more so far this week, but it's getting a little top heavy. Running into a little bit of overhead resistance. We'll see if it can get closer to the 45,000 mark, or the bears are going to come in and beat it down. But all things being equal, pretty nice little technical bounce here. So we'll see if it can hold it. Right now, the bulls are keeping that in control. And last but not least, the Canadian dollar. And as you can see here, we came into this week under the auspices of the crash alert sell signal. We did get that downside production, and the market's just holding steady, looking like it wants to move down a little bit further. But now we're in the green zone, still in the green zone. But if we get a little bit more selling between tonight and tomorrow, it could take you out of that green zone and set the stage for more selling going into next week. All right, so that's all we got for tonight. Get ready for Take Back Friday, which is tomorrow. And remember, we are running that special at PulseWaveTrading.com. You want to go and take advantage of that while you still can. The promo code is on the website at PulseWaveTrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And we also have our Friday webinar tomorrow. I believe that's going to be like at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. More information is also on the website. All right. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.